Every second, someone is trying to steal your attention. Not with force, but with design. Hidden inside the devices we love, an invisible machine hums, shaping our thoughts, stealing our moments, and quietly rewriting the way we live. This is not fiction. This is your life. And the battle for your mind has already begun. This is the distraction machine. We live in a world of infinite noise, but limited attention. Every time you choose focus over frenzy, real connection over scrolling, presence over distraction, you reclaim a little piece of yourself. The machine will never stop pulling, but you can choose where you stand. Choose depth, choose intention, choose life. Thank you for traveling with us today through the hidden world of the distraction machine.
The Distraction Machine. Chapter 1. Lost in the Buzz. Let's begin with a familiar moment. Morning. You stir awake, still nestled in your sheets. Before the sunlight hits your face, your hand moves with muscle memory straight to your phone. Not to turn off the alarm, no, that was 10 swipes ago, but to scroll, check, swipe, like, and watch. Instagram, WhatsApp, news, messages. It's a digital buffet you didn't ask for, but never refuse. It's not a rare glitch in behavior. It's a ritual, a worldwide morning ceremony performed without thought. The smartphone has become the high priest of our attention, and we are the devoted worshippers. Think it's harmless? Let's unpack the data. According to Rescue Time and D-Scout, the average person taps, swipes, or clicks their phone over 2,600 times per day, and heavy users over 5,400. Add it up, and most of us spend around 2.5 to 4 hours a day on our smartphones. That's 38 to 60 days a year, entire months, disappearing into tiny glowing rectangles. That's time not spent pursuing hobbies, strengthening relationships, or just being still with your own thoughts. It's stolen silence, eroded presence, lost life. And the effects? Let's go beyond the numbers. You're late for work because you got stuck in a YouTube vortex. You miss your child's story at breakfast because you're laughing at a reel. You relax by checking social media only to feel drained, anxious, or inadequate by the time you put the phone down. We call it multitasking. But what it really is, mental fragmentation. Each ding and buzz chips away at your ability to focus, to stay grounded in reality, to be present in your own story. And here's a witty reality check. If aliens ever invade Earth, they won't need to fight us. They'll just launch an app. Let me paint a clearer picture. Have you ever sat down to read a book, an actual paper book, and found yourself reaching for your phone every 5 minutes? It's like your brain has a mind of its own. Or maybe it's borrowed one from Silicon Valley. Or take this. You're walking down the street and suddenly stop. Why? Because you just had to watch that video of a raccoon eating grapes like a gentleman. Your screen won. Again. But this isn't just about distraction. It's about compulsion. Dopamine loops. Micro doses of validation served up like snacks. Every like, every comment, every ding, your brain says, more, please. And while that might sound like just another techie buzzword parade, it has real-world consequences. Studies show that high screen time is linked to increased anxiety, disrupted sleep, and even reduced gray matter in parts of the brain responsible for focus and impulse control. That's right, your brain is physically changing. So now, not only is the phone stealing your time, but it might also be reprogramming your brain while it's at it. Plot twist. The call is coming from inside the house. And yet, we scroll. Not because we're lazy, but because these machines are engineered to win. They're not neutral tools, they're precision-crafted attention magnets. But here's the thing. Knowing this doesn't make us weak. It makes us aware. And awareness is the first crack in the glass. So take a breath. Look around. This moment, right here, right now, doesn't need a screen. It needs you. Chapter 2. The Silent Damage. Let's talk about what your phone is doing to your body. Because, surprise, it's not just about screen time stealing your attention. It's stealing your posture, your vision, your comfort, and in some cases, your long-term health. Take a moment. Picture the position you're in when you're scrolling. Head bent forward, shoulders slouched, eyes squinting, thumb furiously moving like it's doing cardio. That's not just bad posture. It's a recipe for a modern-day health epidemic. Doctors even gave it a name: text neck. When you tilt your head 60 degrees to stare at your phone, that's like hanging a 60-pound weight from your neck. Try holding a small child on your head for 2 hours a day and tell me how that feels. According to a study published in the journal Surgical Technology International, this kind of strain can lead to disc degeneration, chronic headaches, and reduced mobility in your upper spine. And it's not just your neck. Your thumb, the MVP of texting, is developing conditions like tendinitis and repetitive strain injury. We've gone from opposable thumbs to overused thumbs. Let's talk eyes. Screens emit blue light, and your eyes are absorbing it all day long. The American Optometric Association calls it digital eye strain. Symptoms: dry eyes, blurry vision, headaches, and difficulty focusing. And no, blinking rapidly for 10 seconds doesn't count as a treatment. Now, let's widen the lens. All this sedentary screen time comes with another villain: inactivity. Prolonged sitting, hunched over screens, is directly linked to obesity, cardiovascular disease, and even type 2 diabetes. You're not just scrolling memes, you're slowly sabotaging your metabolism. And for children, the effects can be even more alarming. Pediatricians warn that excess screen time in kids can hinder brain development, delay motor skills, and even change the shape of the eye, leading to increased nearsightedness. Imagine a generation growing up needing glasses by age 7, not because they read too many books, but because they watch too many unboxing videos. So what's the fix? Don't worry, we're not asking you to throw your phone into the ocean or move to a mountain cave, although some days, that does sound tempting. Here are a few science-backed, guilt-free hacks. Follow the 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for at least 20 seconds. Your eyes will thank you. Stretch it out. Set reminders to do neck rolls, shoulder shrugs, or just stand up and move every 30 minutes. Night mode on. Use blue light filters in the evening, or better, replace screen time with book time before bed. Thumb-friendly tech. Use voice typing or hold your phone with both hands to reduce thumb fatigue. Witty tip? Instead of doom scrolling through Twitter while sitting on the toilet, try stretching your hamstrings. Your future self, with functioning knees, will appreciate it. Your body is trying to speak to you through those little aches, that foggy vision, that restlessness. Maybe it's time we stopped ignoring it. Chapter 3. Fractured connections. Let's shift focus from the screen in your hand to the people around you. Relationships, friendships, family. Have you ever been at dinner sharing a meaningful story, only to realize the person across from you is staring at their phone, or maybe you were that person? Don't worry, we've all been there. Phones sneak into our moments like uninvited guests, stealing the attention we should be giving to each other. This isn't just social awkwardness. It's called phubbing. Snubbing someone in favor of your phone. It's real, and it's wrecking relationships. In a study from Baylor University, researchers found that individuals who experience phubbing in romantic relationships report higher levels of conflict and lower levels of satisfaction. Translation? Ignoring your partner for your phone might be worse than forgetting your anniversary. We now live in a world where eye contact has become a luxury. Children compete with notifications for their parents' attention. Spouses feel neglected not because of words, but because of silence filled with scrolling. Here's a snapshot of modern life. A couple sits on the couch, both on phones. Same room, same couch, but miles apart. Even friendships are taking a hit. We've replaced long conversations with streaks, emojis, and LOL texts. We're talking more than ever, but are we really connecting? Now, I'm not here to shame anyone. Phones have their place. They help us stay in touch, especially across distances. But what happens when the people in the same room feel more distant than someone across the ocean? It's not just emotional either. There are indirect consequences too. Children mimic adult behaviors. When they see you glued to a screen, they think it's normal. Distracted parenting can lead to increased behavioral issues in kids. Constant partial attention reduces the quality of every conversation, leading to misunderstandings and tension. Let me put it this way. Imagine trying to talk to someone who keeps checking their watch every 30 seconds. That's what phubbing feels like, but with an LED screen. So what can we do to reconnect? Create phone-free zones. Make the dinner table, the bedroom, or car rides sacred again. Set intentional connection time with family or friends where screens are silenced. Use screen time tracking apps to be aware of how often you're getting distracted. Practice micro-presence. Even short bursts of full attention, 5 minutes of deep eye contact and undivided listening, can do more than an hour of half-distracted talk. And here's a fun trick. Next time you're out with friends, stack all your phones in the middle of the table. First person to grab theirs pays for dessert. That should keep everyone focused. Remember, your phone will always be there. But the moment you just missed, that won't come back. That won't come back. Chapter 4. The Productivity Myth. Let's talk about a story we all like to believe. A story we tell ourselves to justify checking our phones for the 15th time this hour. I'm being productive. Yes, your smartphone has a calendar. Yes, it has a to-do list. Yes, it can scan documents, check weather, send emails, and track your water intake. It is, in theory, the Swiss Army knife of modern life. But here's the kicker. It also has memes, texts, cat videos, breaking news, social media, 5 messaging apps, and a sneaky little dopamine dispenser that's always ready to hijack your day. Here's a dose of truth. Our phones may be smart, but they're not always helping us be smarter. Studies show that people check their phones on average 96 times a day. That's once every 10 minutes. Other research shows that it takes about 23 minutes and 15 seconds to regain deep focus after a distraction. So if you check your phone every 10 minutes and it takes 23 minutes to refocus, well, you do the math. Spoiler alert, there's no time left to focus. Let's take a common situation. You sit down to write an email. You open your phone to double-check a date, then a notification pops up. A message from a friend, you reply, then you see an Instagram icon and think, just for a sec? 15 minutes later, you're watching a reel about how to make garlic confit and wondering why your email is still unwritten. Sound familiar? And it's not just about lost time, it's about mental energy. The constant switching between tasks, apps, and thoughts creates cognitive fatigue. It's like making your brain sprint in a circle all day. Here's a witty image. Imagine trying to bake a cake, but every time you add one ingredient, someone pulls you into a different room. You'd end up with flour on the floor, eggs on the wall, and a cake that never gets baked. That's your brain on phone interruptions. Now here's the indirect impact. Work suffers. Deadlines get missed. Meetings feel pointless. You work all day, but feel like you accomplished nothing. This leads to frustration, guilt, and eventually, burnout. And let's not ignore decision fatigue. Every time you pick up your phone, you're making dozens of micro decisions. Should I reply? Should I scroll more? Should I click that ad? It adds up. By the end of the day, you're mentally worn out, and your brain still thinks it didn't do enough. So what's the way out? Here are some science-backed and user-approved tips. Time blocking. Plan your day in focused chunks. Protect deep work time like it's sacred. Batch notifications. Turn off non-essential alerts and check messages on your schedule. Use focus modes or do not disturb. Both iOS and Android offer built-in tools to help you stay in the zone. App limits. Use screen time management tools to set limits and stick to them. One screen rule. Only one screen at a time. No phone while watching TV or working on your laptop. Witty tip of the day: if you ever want to know how addicted you are to your phone, try leaving it in another room while you work. If you get the shakes like you're detoxing from caffeine, you've got your answer. The truth is, real productivity isn't about being busy. It's about being present. And that can't happen when you're constantly pulled away by a notification pretending to be urgent. Chapter 5. Reclaiming your time, reclaiming your life. Okay, deep breath. We've talked about how smartphones affect your mornings, your body, your relationships, and your productivity. But now let's talk about something bigger, something final, your lifespan. A 2022 study published in the Journal of Behavioral Medicine found a direct correlation between excessive screen time and shorter life expectancy. We're talking increased risks of obesity, cardiovascular disease, and chronic sleep deprivation. Let that sink in. Every hour lost to mindless scrolling could be a silent thief, stealing precious years off your life. And it's not just about dying younger, it's about living smaller. Living distracted, living in loops. You wake up and scroll, commute and scroll, eat and scroll, wait and scroll, relax and scroll. It's like life is happening between screen refreshes. And somewhere along the line, we stopped noticing the flowers, the laughter, the people sitting right next to us. The scary part? We didn't even put up a fight. We handed over our attention willingly, one notification at a time. But here's the good news. If attention can be hijacked, it can also be reclaimed. Let's start simple. Digital declutter. Take inventory. What apps are helping you grow? Which ones are just noise? Tech. Sabbath. Choose one day a week, maybe Sunday, to go screen-free. Read. Walk. Talk. Mindful mornings. Reclaim your first hour of the day. Replace scrolling with journaling, stretching, or silence. Gratitude. Check-ins. At the end of the day, ask yourself, what did I notice today that a screen could never replicate? And if you need a humorous nudge, try this. Next time you reach for your phone without thinking, say out loud, do I really need to watch another cat fall off a table? Odds are, you'll laugh, and maybe pause. You don't have to throw your phone into a lake. You don't have to move to the mountains. But you do need to start noticing how much of your life is being diluted by distraction. Your time is your most valuable, non-renewable resource. No one gets to the end of their life and says, I wish I'd spent more time arguing with strangers on Twitter. So ask yourself, who are you when you're not distracted? What kind of life could you live if you were truly present for it? The distraction machine is powerful, but you're stronger. And this is your moment to take the wheel back. This has been The Distraction Machine. Thank you for listening. Now, go live your life, not just through the screen, but through your senses, your soul, your full presence. Until next time, stay aware, stay human, stay human.